Good morning, kids. Welcome to KidZone. I am Miss Gina, and I am so glad that you joined us for church this morning. I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of a fad? A fad is something that becomes super popular very quickly, almost overnight. It's almost like one day we're doing our normal thing, and then all of a sudden, everyone wants to sing a certain song or do this certain dance. In fact, you have probably experienced a fad. Does anyone remember when suddenly everyone wanted to try to do the floss? Yeah, you may be doing the floss right now. You may be very good at it. Some of us are not so good at it, but everyone was trying to do this new dance. And you know what? The floss wasn't the first dance move to become a fad. Just ask your mom and dad if they still know how to do the Macarena. But fads can be more than just songs or dances. Sometimes fads are toys. There have been TY Beanie Baby collectors and Pokemon Go. And most recently, this little guy became a fad. The fidget spinner. Yeah. Suddenly everyone wanted these things. And you know what? You can get them almost anywhere. They're so popular that you can have them in your favorite color or a different size. There are even ones that light up and do cool things. In fact, they're pretty cheap. So if you really liked fidget spinners and wanted to, you could have one for every day of the week. But fidget spinners are also pretty cool because they have a calming effect on us. People really like that. You can just kind of watch it spin around, and it can be soothing to see this just spin in your hand whenever you're worried or you're stressed. But you know what? This fidget spinner doesn't fix all of our worries, right? It's pretty neat that we can just stop it when we want with a little touch of our hand and make it go when we want. But life isn't quite like a fidget spinner. Sometimes our life does feel like suddenly it's started spinning out of control. Things are just happening. We don't have any control over how crazy it feels. But we also in life, we can't just stop it. It just keeps going. The good news is we do know the one who is in control of everything, and he is there to help us. He is the one who can help us through when the days feel like they're spinning or they're hard. In fact, our story is about a man who did this exact thing. His life was going along just normal, and then suddenly it felt like it was spinning out of control. But God helped him, just like he can help us. This man his story is in the Bible, and his name was Joseph. He lived a long time ago in ancient Egypt. He didn't live in Egypt, but in that time. His family lived just outside of it. And he grew up in a family with a lot of brothers. And Joseph was the favorite one. So he had a pretty good life, but his brothers got pretty sick of it. And at one point, they decided to do something awful. They sold him as a slave to some people from a different country. And they told his dad that he had been killed by wild animals. And so no one would look for him. So Joseph's life was just, going along pretty normal, and suddenly he's taken away from his home to this new country, and he's not the favorite, he's a slave. He's gonna be treated pretty bad. But instead of just getting caught up in this spin of worry and sadness, Joseph decided to trust God. And in doing that, he did what was right. As a slave, he worked hard, even though it wasn't fair. And in that, he got respect from his new master. So much respect that he became in charge of all the matters of the master's household, all the things that the master needed done. Joseph was his guy. But just as things were getting kind of smoother, the master's wife got really mad at Joseph and had him thrown in prison. The problem started spinning again. He got thrown in this nasty, dirty, awful jail for no reason. He hadn't done anything wrong. But instead of giving in to worry and sadness and all the things that I'm sure he could have felt, Joseph trusted God enough to do the next right thing in prison. And as he treated people right and worked hard, it sounds like from the story, he earned the respect of those in the prison with him. And he was able to help people. He helped them with some troubling dreams that they didn't know what the dream meant, but God helped Joseph know, and Joseph told those people, and that helped them. And they saw that what Joseph said was true. And then a little bit later, sometime later, one of these men was serving Pharaoh, the king of ancient Egypt, very important guy. He was serving him, and Pharaoh had a very troubling dream. And no one that worked for him could solve it. And this one guy who had been in jail with Joseph said, "Hey, I know a guy. He helped me with the dream." So they pulled Joseph out of prison. And Joseph, with God's help, understood the dream and told Pharaoh the meaning, which was that Egypt, the Pharaoh's country, was going to do great for 7 years. Just have tons and tons of food. But after that, they were going to have a famine, which means no food. Work would be gone. All kinds of people really in a bad place. So Joseph told the Pharaoh God's wisdom that you need to save up now so that later when it's hard, you can take care of the people. Well, Pharaoh respected Joseph in this moment, and he said, "Joseph, you're in charge. I'm the Pharaoh, but you're going to run all of this in my country." And so, even though life had taken so many spins, God spun it a new direction for Joseph as he was able to help save all kinds of people. In fact, his family came from out of the country needing food, and Joseph was able to help get them food. And when they realized that this was Joseph, who they thought they just sold as a slave, they were afraid. But Joseph told them, "Don't worry, because what you meant for evil, God meant for good, so that many could be saved." Joseph, by his trust in God, saw the good that God was doing, even in the middle of the days that felt like they were spinning. He had held on to his trust in God. And you know what? We sometimes feel like our life may be like this fidget spinner, right? Right now, it can be hard. We're stuck at home for the most part. We can't see our friends. I know you guys must be missing classes and events and birthday parties, and it's really hard right now. We may be worried about sickness and family members and all kinds of things. But you know what? We're not the ones holding the fidget spinner. We're not the ones spinning it. God is the one who is in charge of our life, and he is the one that we can hold on to. This fidget spinner, it's not flying everywhere. It's got this thing in the middle that we can hold on to. It keeps it right here. It might feel hard and like it's spinning places, but we hold on to the middle and it stays here. We can do that. We can hold on to it. God wants us to hold on to him. Even as we feel like things are spinning around us, hold on to him. And we do that by trusting him that he is good and will take care of us. And by praying, asking him for the things we're worried about. And then by doing what's right, doing the next right thing, being kind to our family, helping out, doing our responsibility. We trust him, hold on to him, and he is the one that can help us through the times that we're in right now.